Good morning. This is the Alcoholics Anonymous Daily Reflection for September 4th. It's called Reconstruction. Yes, there's a long period of reconstruction ahead. Alcoholics Anonymous, page 83. The reconstruction of my life is the prime goal in my recovery as I avoid taking that first drink, one day at a time. The task is most successfully accomplished by working the steps of our fellowship. The spiritual life is not a theory, it works, but I have to live it. Step 2, excuse me, been sick. Step 2 started me on my journey to develop a spiritual life. Step 9 allows me to move into the final phase of the initial steps, which taught me how to live a spiritual life. Without the guidance and strength of a higher power, it would be impossible to proceed through the various stages of reconstruction. I realized that God worked for me and through me. Proof comes to me. I realized that God did for me what I cannot do for myself. By removing that gnawing compulsion to drink, I must continue daily to seek God's guidance. He grants me a daily reprieve and will provide the power I need for reconstruction. Okay. Things I've learned in Alcoholics Anonymous. And this goes with the God word. Okay? Higher power. Higher power. There's a line that says a higher power that I choose to call God. Okay? I need to choose my own concept. Okay? And people in AA, a lot of them are just real strict about this. It has to be this, has to be that, has to be this. I have to listen to exactly what Bill wrote. If I don't, I'm going to get drunk. If my God isn't the creator of everything, then I'm going to get drunk. If he doesn't have all power, then I'm going to get drunk. Listen. Your God, your higher power, is whatever you understand. Okay? The concept of God that you can understand. Okay? That's it. I don't understand that creator crap. Don't get it. It won't make no sense. It's not factual. It's not me. It's not for me. I am an atheist. I will always be an atheist. I base everything on facts. Okay? I cannot fool myself into believing in something that I do not believe. I don't have any proof for. And truthfully, I can't do that. Okay? A lot of arguments on Facebook, atheists can't be alcoholics. If you're an atheist, you can't have a higher power because higher power's got to be a God, and if you don't believe in a God, you're not a real alcoholic. Well, let me tell you what. If I'm not a real alcoholic, there's no such thing as an alcoholic. Bam. So, not everything Bill says in AA I have to take to the bank. Okay? That's how he did his program. Okay? That's how he found his God. Okay? My God's different. My higher power is different. Okay? That's the freedom of this program, to work it how you understand it and do the steps. Okay? That's it. Reconstruction of my life is to avoid taking that first drink. Why? Because it destroyed my life. Because I don't have power over my drinking. And then we skip to the 9th step, where it's trying to build back the bridges that I broke down, that I burnt in my journey. Okay, when I hear the word God in this, what I think, okay, how this program works for me is I think, okay, these are the things that work. What is a spiritual life? Spiritual life is a higher life than what I lived in my alcoholism. That wasn't a life at all. That was a baseless animal life. It was a evolutionary brained, animal brained existence. There was nothing higher. And anything that any pure thought or I thought that I had, or any good that I tried to do, I screwed up. Because most of my good actions were based on trying to get people to think I wasn't using anything, or abusing alcohol, or drugs, or anything else. And it was all selfish. That's what this program does for me. It stops me from living like an animal. You know? And there's a lot of things out there that help people stop living like animals, like therapy and all this other stuff. Cognitive behavior therapy. Things that help people fix themselves and stop continuing this life of hurting people and having resentments and destroying lives and their life and my life. Reconstruction. A long period ahead. If I lived my life as an alcoholic, destroying lives for almost 40 years, then I got a lot of stuff to build back. And sometimes, man, sometimes all it takes is just not doing the things that I did to hurt people. Again, if I can stop that by using this program, talking to other alcoholics, using my higher power as I know him, the tools that I use, and am honest with myself and honest with others, whether they like my concept of a higher power or not. I don't really care, because you know what? You can't get drunk for me, and I can't get drunk for you. That's the way it works. So if you don't like how I do my program, don't like what I believe, I don't care. Because it's not about you. It's about me not getting drunk, and me being able to give back, and me being able to reach out to people who are like me, who understand things differently. If I can't be that example of someone who works this program and sees the higher power a little bit differently than what they describe in the big book, then there's no hope for people like me. So, being able to kind of carry that torch and show people that there's a way to get sober with thinking outside of the box and not allowing other people to get in my head and tell me what I must believe. I'm sorry, this ain't church. This ain't religion. This is about turning my life around, depending on a path that's higher than the one I've been walking, and living in a way that's not going to harm people, and living in a way that is the AA way of life. Whether people like what I think or do, it doesn't matter. What matters to me is I'm okay with it, and it works for me. It's not a consistent argument with people about what God is or what a higher power is. Okay? Higher power is living my life by reading the instructions. You ever try to put something together without reading the instruction? I have. I think most men out there can understand it. When you don't read the instructions, things get ugly. Okay? So, we gotta, through this program, through the steps, understand that I screwed myself, so I'm probably not the best one to hold the screwdriver until I learn how to use it. And then I can actually fix things with other people's help and by living a higher way. That's all it's about for me. Not taking that first drink. Not destroying my life again. No, it's been a big rant, but been a lot of arguments on Facebook about in AA groups about atheists can't get sober. So screw you. I'm sitting here sober, and there's a lot of us that are. So we got to build those bridges. We got to do the right thing, make amends in many different ways, and find a good sponsor and work the steps. Go to meetings, do some service, reach out to people. Take a little bit of time for other people, because it helps so much. It's not all about me. Sometimes I gotta take my time and reach out to people, and that's a big lesson for me. I gotta shut my mouth and sometimes listen to other people, because I want to be the guy who talks. So I'm working on that. I love y'all. Y'all have a great weekend. Some of y'all, it's a 3-day weekend. Have a great time. Stay sober. Love y'all.